Okay, so week 4. The big things this week, really, we're kind of talking about how your job has been. So you're going to post to the discussion kind of an update. And some of the things that you're going to want to think about, what have you learned? What's been a surprise to you? Because a lot of times, right, we go into a job, we think we know what it's about, and then we're there and it's nothing like that. Or I worked in this kind of business before and it's not like this one, or even so, it's even the same thing. Front desk at one hotel may be slightly different than front desk at another hotel. So those are the things that you're going to kind of think about as you're talking about your experience. Is there something that you wish you'd learned or that you still hope to learn? Any surprises, right? That kind of thing. Any differences, right? Did you see that what we said was going to happen didn't really happen, or that we said happens? Any experiences with customers? How has this experience been for you so far? So that's your discussion post for this week. But we're going to go over this progress report that you're going to submit at the end of this week. And you're going to have your supervisor fill it out. So ignore my eyes as I look over at this other screen to kind of see some of those key things, right? Your goal is to shoot for 4s and 3s. So don't be upset if you don't have all 5s on your evaluation, because 5 means you're perfect, you have nowhere to improve. And are you really perfect after 4 weeks? You know, and if you are so perfect, why are you even getting a degree, right? So 3s and 4s are good. You don't want 2s, 1s, 0s, etc. So attitude towards work. So are you willing and prompt to perform assigned duties? So basically, if someone asks you to do something, is it yes, great, looking forward to it, or is it like, I don't want to do that, right? Accepting additional responsibilities. Sometimes it's being a team player and helping out. Sometimes it's just wanting to learn more, which as you're in your internship, you want to be able to learn more and maximize all of your skills. Enthusiasm for work, cooperative with staff, right? So you may have a direct supervisor, but do you have someone that's more senior than you, perhaps giving you some feedback or criticism, advice, whatever? Leadership and professional qualities. As future managers in this industry, right, we need to think about kind of how we're developing as a leader. So are you planning and organizing your work in an orderly manner, your checklist, whatever case may be that's specific to kind of your job or your work environment? Is the work quality? Is someone having to go back and redo what you did? Or is it passing inspection kind of the first time? The necessary background of knowledge in the field. This could be a toss up, right? So you've learned some, but you may not have all the necessary. And here could be a chance where you might even score a 2, recognizing you don't have that necessary background, but you're in the internship and the work experience to get that background to supplement what you need to know. Can you function on your own initiative? Do you wait for someone to tell you what to do? Or are you saying, oh, I know this needs to be done, or even asking, seeking out more work or opportunities? How are you as a professional, right? So are you maintaining that professional atmosphere? Are you demonstrating effective leadership techniques? And these may be some things that perhaps in your role you're not actually doing yet. So again, don't be afraid of 2s on some of these things, particularly leadership techniques. And then are you observing rules and agency practices? Now here's an opportunity for you to get a 5, because you should be following all the rules, doing what you're supposed to be doing what they tell you to do. Communication skills. In the hospitality industry, we know that communication is key. So can you express yourself in writing, in an email, in a memo? Can you express yourself orally, communicating, picking up the phone, whatever it may be? Working well with clients and the public, and are you working well with your supervisor? Also, we're thinking of making use of any available media and promoting programs. This could be something that doesn't relate to your job. Ability to accept ideas, methods, or plans. Do you know it all, or are you accepting of when someone gives you an advice or a suggestion or recommendation? And then from other staff members as well. Personal qualities, again, thinking about your writing and your verbal communication. How adaptable are you? I know that one of my favorite things about the hospitality industry is that every day is different, but that means you have to adapt, because what happened yesterday isn't what's happening today and isn't what's going to happen tomorrow. So how adaptable are you? Curiosity and willingness to learn. Are you just there like watching the clock, waiting for the day to go by? Self-discipline, creativity, courtesy, right? This is hospitality, you should be courteous. Accepting direction and criticism. So these are some of the things that you're going to be evaluated on by your supervisor. They're going to identify your strengths and weaknesses. So remember when we talked about a couple weeks ago, flipping your weaknesses into a strength. So here's a chance for someone who's in this industry to identify something that you can improve upon. So don't focus and think everything is bad. This is all constructive to help you get better. What areas might you need further development that you could learn more about? Maybe your email writing or oral communication isn't so good. And any other comments. And then they're going to give you a score kind of based on your overall evaluation, with 10 being the best, 0 being the worst. I would say ideally you'd like to be anywhere in the 5 to 7 range. So don't be afraid to take that criticism as well. Now, the best way to submit this, right? So your supervisor is going to sign off on this, and then you'll sign off on it. So you can do 2 things. You can either scan, so you should have a scanner at work, scan that document and then attach it and submit it, or take a picture of each page, and then you can attach those images as the submission, and it'll submit like 1, 2, or 3. So that's week 4. Really, don't forget to do your discussion posts, talking about kind of what your experience has been, and then submitting your report 1. Now, you can also find that report 1 under files, in case you hadn't seen it already. So there's a module with important files, and you'll see it there. All right, have a great week.